not supposed to spend a dime. But Tinubu came in, he decided that Nigeria will borrow money or print it, whatever. And he gave the contract to himself. Now, it is you will say, oh, but there's nothing really wrong, even though apart from the conflict of interest, if they do the job, Abi. Ladies and gentlemen, Tinubu called in, what are they called again? Is it CCECC or so? In Lagos Expressway. This was supposed to be a PPP, public-private partnership. Tinubu used Lagos State money, name, to borrow money. Now, when they borrowed the money, they started the construction of Lagos-Epe Expressway. They were supposed to construct the highway straight down to Epe before they would start tolling it. Aba, immediately they passed that, that Lekki forward and they put Oge straight. And until when they slaughtered over 100 Nigerians there on the 20th of October 2020, that got it shut down and then, to what it is. So what Tinubu and his Shaguri guys are doing is that it is criminal, okay? But it would have made sense if Shaguri is bringing his money to come and build the road. So Tinubu will use Nigeria name to borrow money, DPU for that debt, okay? Then they will take out this money. They are not planning to complete any road. Their main concern is between Lagos and the border between Ondo and Ogun. It is 47 kilometers from point zero to 47 kilometers afterward. So that's what they want to try and do. And with that can give them a comfortable advantage, which is what they have been trying to build for the Eco Atlantic City, owned by Tinubu and Shaguri. Okay? So there is no competitive bidding. There is no environmental impact assessment done. It was all, don't worry, we do the road from here to so and so. Okay? Again, Tinubu just said it there that the procurement for Sokoto to Badagry is already ongoing. You are going to hear the breaking news when they're going to tell you that maybe that one is going to cost you maybe 25 trillion or $20 billion, and it will be given to Shaguri. You get that? And why won't yesterday be his happiest day? Like, or more. I don't know, say now like this, it go easy. So he's there projecting, like, or more if we should build this 700 kilometer. Hey, that is going to be like forever, because Tinubu, Nigeria, all of you will be paying him, okay, until his death. Do you understand what I mean, right? It simply means that they will use your, they are already borrowing money in your name anyway. Every Nigerian right now currently owes over 600,000 naira. Nigeria debt as, So if they say all of us should start paying, you are owing your son, your wife, your daughter, and if you don't have any of them, well, maybe you, your parents, you are somebody's child, right? You are owing. We don't know who we the owe, or who knows? Maybe one of these days they go just, if they travel, they go just stop you and say, you're not going back. Go China, go do, you go to China for maybe a business trip, and you go to the airport and they're like, oh, you're Nigerian. Say, yeah, not really, but I have to have a passport. I say, oh, no, it's all right. It doesn't matter. You're not going back. We have been picking up all Nigerians to keep them here until we have enough of them work for the debt of Nigeria. I'm not joking. It can happen. And I just hold you there and say, Nigeria, they go. They go. Say, no, I'm not. I flew from the United States. Say, it's okay. It's all right. It doesn't matter where you flew from. You are in China now. We are taking you to Hugo. You're going straight to the slave camp. Nigeria, the whole money. All Nigerians in China have been picked up since Nigeria can no longer afford to pay, kind of. So then these guys will now be taking, they will be collecting toll on whatever part of the road they build. Though another person can come and just kick them away. But the likes of Tinubu can be like, it's not about crude oil. Crude oil, build road and tax it and, toll it. Tell them that you borrowed money to build it, but rather than use the money they will make from the toll gates to pay the debt, the money goes straight to the pocket of Shaguri, Tinubu, and the rest of their partners. But Nigeria will still have to pay the debt. You will still have to pay the debt. And guess what suffers? Your currency. They tell them to go and devalue. They tell them all the time anyway. And Tinubu will see, if they tell Tinubu to jump in this issue of inflation, hyperinflation, and all the rest, right? All he's going to ask them is, how high do you want me to? How high? But it took Emefiole and Bokwari. This is how they arrive at my theory. And that is why sometimes some of you will be like, what do you know all these things? Are you not paying attention? It took Bokwari 8 years to print and squander 27.5 trillion naira. They printed it. Baba, under 8 months, Tinubu has printed over 10 trillion naira. 8 months, 10 trillion. How much do you think they will print in 8 years? You're already battling with hyperinflation, are you not? Good. So it's easier for me to now tell you what's going to be the end goal and how they are going to hurt your businesses. Hurt you. It is their actions. It is not what they are saying. It is what they are doing or not doing. Okay. Listen to Tinubu's Minister of Justice and Attorney General. He actually said he can't see Nnamdi Kanu or Sowore and recognize them. What is shape for one? Listen, Sha.
Okay, the issue of these soldiers that you mentioned, efforts are on. It is not, investigation is the most difficult thing to do anywhere in the world. I assure you that it may be slow, but it is sure we'll get there. Then somebody asked something about Kanu and Sowore. They are not the same. Up till now, if I see Sowore, I don't know him. If I see Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know him. But I called for the files of the two people. They are not the same. When I felt, well, this one should go, I had no hesitation. It didn't give me any difficulty. But I have a difficulty in respect of the other one. And he's been held under the rules and laws of the nation. And I know that it's now in court. Let's wait for the decision of the court. Then, in respect of the arrest, you say, of journalists, I don't like the coloration. We are the same. We are together. We don't distinguish whether somebody is journalist or not journalist. What we look at is the offense or the allegation. And it doesn't mean that you have been convicted or found guilty or culpable of the allegation made against you. All that is required is, we have so thing against you, just profile explanation. And you go. And let me assure you that no one will be held outside the laws of the country. In respect of the various cases at the police station, I can't remember the number of cases that I have instructed should be terminated. And it got to such an extent that somebody came to me and said, they are taking note of the number of people you have released. So you have to be careful. I said, in case you finish exhausting the notebook where you are putting this, I will supply you with more. So it's not about that. It is about, you look at the facts. If they don't justify, you let the person go. You don't rationalize justice. You dispense it. And the difference between the two is obvious. When you rationalize, you now say, maybe somebody will say this, somebody will say that. That is not the issue. You look at, if 100 people are deserving of being released, you release them. If you commit another offense, that's an entirely different matter. But I want to say, the other time I said, then that of Ndume is strictly an affair between the judiciary and those who go there. But note that the purpose of punishment is usually to correct and not to destroy. Once you learn your lesson, it is up to the authorities to say, well, okay, you have done this, you can go. Generally, about the administration of justice, the president has done well. I'm sorry, it's a pity that I'm on this side of the divide, but my reaction wouldn't have been any different if I were to be on the other side. One, increment in the retirement age of high court judges from 65 to 70. They said the older or the wine or something, the better it is. That is one. Number two, for the first time in the history of this country, we have the full complements of justices of Supreme Court, 21. If you make recommendations and the president doesn't approve, the matter stops there, stops on his table. And the third in the series is the increment in the revenue, the salaries and emolument. Everything has been done. What remains is little. From 2006.
He has no job.
Just thought you should listen to him as he's talking, like, it's all jargons, it's all nonsense. Honestly. Like, if you pay attention, it's absolute trash, all that he's saying. But he's saying them, like, confidently. Oh, I do not know Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, I do not know Showore. What a bollock. A baloney. That's why this is a baloney. Nonsense. Then he also said, let us wait for the law of the land to, he believes that he didn't know Nnamdi Kanu, right? So he believes that the law that is holding him is the law of the land. No, it is not. You are holding him illegally, mister. And he concluded it by saying that Tinubu has done so well for the judiciary. Oh, the judiciary has become so better because Tinubu increased their salary and Tinubu gave them over 100 billion naira in the last 1 year. Just take it and take care of yourselves. And he brags, he says, oh, I have been very, very good to the judges. Yeah, they've got all the 21 or so Supreme Court justices. But who are those guys in the Supreme Court now? Supreme Court of Injustice. Are they not those who kind of helped Tinubu to hide the evidence presented in their court against him on his heroin trafficking, forfeiture of money for heroin trafficking in America, certificate forgery with all of the evidence? Those who helped to block those evidence being presented, they got rewarded to High Court and to Supreme Courts. So it's been a great year for the judiciary. You probably will agree. Abashu Lawa, what do you think?
I have a personal view on this. Since I have known him, I've known his ambition. I have come to the conclusion that he was more interested in power than in what to do with the power when he eventually gets it. Now he has gotten it, he doesn't know what to do with it. It never occurred to him on what to do with it. You mentioned Lagos. I used to laugh at them in those days when he was governor. I said Lagos will do an interlocal government football competition. They will not be shy in calling it World Cup because their mindset, their whole view is just around Lagos. One tribe, one religion, people that by nature are hierarchical in their leadership style. The boss talks, everybody falls in line. And that's the Yoruba culture, isn't it? There are no two bosses, no debate. The boss says it's done. It comes into a national scene where 200 and something tribes, everybody with his own challenges, everybody with his own ambition, everybody with his own local issues. People in a system in which no matter how good you are, there are some people from the beginning will make up their minds because you are not their man, they will not allow you to perform. He got into this system, surrounded himself with the Omelokon people, and he's out of his element.
Well, the vice president is not an Omelokon man, so that should be one of his closest advisors.
So that's Babashiro, the man that bought Tinubu's presidential form and submitted same but he cut off ties. He cut off ties with Tinubu the moment Tinubu went for tickets, Muslim tickets. And since then, he never really stopped to remind Nigerians of what they are up against. This man and his guys, by the time they are done, Chaise, he said. Anyway, I want to take you to Kano because this issue of this Kano Emirate is not over. Okay? Remember the last time it was the deputy governor who raised an alarm and said, oh, Adubayero was returned back to Kano by Ribadu based on the intel and information they got. But yesterday, the guy is happening. Okay, I am so sorry, guys. I have tried to put the audio back, okay? But for some reason, I don't know, something just happened there and it just disconnected my audio. So it should be better now, I think. So let's check. Yeah, I think it is, right? Sorry about that. I'm glad that I was able to quickly spot it, okay? But yes, let's continue, okay? So I'm talking about the Kano, the Game of Thrones, okay? The Battle of Thrones in Kano. Currently, okay, let's go back to that yesterday. So the deputy governor now came out and said he was apologizing to Ribadu. I think I should play that before we continue. I'll go look at what happened there, okay, and fix it. That's a shame.
I also read it yesterday, and I read it also today. I have seen agency networks. First and foremost, the Office of the National Security Advisor has refuted the allegations and distanced themselves from what we have alleged. I have seen this. He has done this through 3 mediums. And today I have seen the one talking about going to court.
Let's take this guy out, Jerry. The way he's even talking is, I thought I was going to like it. It's going to be probably better when I play it with Philip. Anyway, it was there, Sha, apologizing that, well, he wasn't apologizing straight. Okay, it was kind of like, trying to say that, okay, yeah, we're misled. I'm sorry if you feel bad. I'm sorry if you this or that. Ribadu said the reason why he sent soldiers to Kano was because they wanted to forestall any breakdown of law and order, like people taking laws into their hands. He didn't send people to Kano to go and reinstate. He didn't send soldiers to Kano to go and reinstate Bayero. But that's not true. He did. Indeed, he sent them there. Number one, to stop the Nigerian police from harassing and arresting him. And then the next thing is that the removal of Bayero is not done properly. So this morning, Bayero was seen in Nasarawa when he came out of the temporary palace they put him in. It wasn't supposed to be an emir anymore. He should just take off that bed sheet in his head. Take off that bed sheet and just dress normally, man. I mean, like, but it's not going to let that go. No, you're just saying nonsense, Mayego. Take what bed sheet off. The bed sheet is official. I am the emir. Kind of. So it was out, it was out earlier today. Let me see if I still have the clip. Where? Right. I'm serious. Now, that is not even just there. Inside that same palace, there were other supposed Serikis or Sakis who come from Kano to pay homage to their emir. I'm serious. Take a look. Inside his own mini palace yesterday. They were paying homage. Don't worry about what they are saying, okay? But that's how they do it. They sing his praise, all of that. And people come in and they just rank a day, like that. Then you get up. That's you paying homage to the emir. Then there is another court injunction that came this afternoon. And this time around, didn't come from Abuja. It came from a court in Kano. And that court out that says Bayero should stop parading himself as emir and let Sanusi continue from where he was forced to stop. And some are already saying that it's not over. It can actually lead to something bigger, because Ado Bayero did not do anything wrong and he wasn't fighting anyone. He's a remover, even though he might have come from the status of assembly, but they cannot just do that. You can't just wake up and just change the law. But Gandola did that. Yeah, okay. The argument was that Gandola was able to do that because Sanusi was a thief as well. Okay, is as corrupt as Gandola. So Gandola used that on him and got rid of him. But listen to this guy, this Kano issue.
Well, let me start with the clip I just watched. They are talking about the need for reinstatement of Emir Aminu Ado Bayero as deposed Emir. Those two statements are wrong. Number one, Ado Bayero is not deposed. Number two, there is no question of reinstatement. Let me clinically x-ray and analyze the whole thing in summary. First of all, the State Assembly decided to amend the law that established, to abrogate the law that established the 4 additional emirate councils in Kano State. In that, they have the right to do it under sections 4 and 11 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But there is a fundamental breach there, because under section 14, subsection 1, sovereignty belongs to the people. And there is a fundamental thing in legislative practice, what is called public hearing. They deliberately omitted public hearing in that exercise. And as a result of which, some people rushed to the court, demanded that the implementation of the outcome of that exercise should be halted by the court. And that was what led to the issue of the court order restraining the implementation of that particular legislation. Now, in that, whenever there is any court order, you must respect the hegemony of the institution of the judiciary. Under Section 6, Sections 230 to 304 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where you are not in consonance with the court order, the best thing for you to do is to go and to, first of all, to implement the order. Secondly, you go and challenge or vacate the court order. That is the thing you should do in decorum, not refusal to respect the court order. Now, in flagrant refusal to respect the court order, a notice of 48 hours ejection was given to the emirs that they should leave the palaces within a period of 48 hours, which is a misnomer. Because you are entitled, the emirs are entitled to be informed what are the articles of their offense first to merit that they should evict themselves within 48 hours. They have not been informed up to this moment what are the articles of their offense. They have not been informed. And apart from that, they have the sanctity of fundamental rights to be guaranteed by the citizens, by the government for them. Under Section 33, 34, 35, up to Sections 44 of the Constitution, they have unavailance of fundamental rights. Therefore, there is Section 34 that talks about the respect to human dignity. They ought to be given the respect and dignity within a leverage of reasonable time within which they should be able to package their things and get out of the monarch houses. But notwithstanding, His Excellency the Governor decided